Happy New Year still. I hope you are having a great first couple weeks of 2018. Today we're going to talk about sticking to your fitness resolution and how you can actually do that. So, you know, after the holidays with Thanksgiving followed by Christmas, you know, all of those holidays bring eating, drinking, being merry, and most gyms starting January 1st see their memberships pretty much almost double every January. So, you know, you go to the gym if you're a regular gym goer and the gym is packed with a lot of new faces. But by like mid-February, it's back to the normal fitness goers, the regulars, the ones that just go consistently. Part of that is probably that a lot of people think that resolutions are a joke, and a lot of people break them before the year is over. Like a third won't even make it to the end of January. That's crazy, right? But the good news is you don't have to have like some superpower or some crazy ironclad commitment to stick to your New Year's resolutions. You really don't. You know, if your goal is to run a 5K, lift heavier weights, or simply take the stairs more often, you actually can achieve those goals. But you might be asking yourself, well, how do I do that? So I'm going to give you 4 tips that I have for sticking to those fitness resolutions. So I write them down so that I can not forget them. So the first one is going to be to write it and measure it. So what does that mean? Your goal should be both specific and measurable. So when you set goals that are too broad, so say a goal of, I want to lose 50 pounds, it's vague and it actually can cause you to become depressed. But when you write down your goal, you're better able to figure out the steps that you need in order to achieve that goal. So how do you get from point A to point B? You know, how are you going to get from the start line of your goal to the finish line, which is your goal? So like I said, you know, if you have this like 80 pounds or 50 pounds that you want to lose, a more specific goal would be, I want to lose 5 pounds in the next 6 weeks. So I'm going to do that by cutting sugary drinks, by drinking more water, and getting to the gym 4 times a week. Do you see how that broke it down? And now you're able to achieve it because it's in smaller increments. You have something attainable, 1, and 2, that you're going to be able to stay focused on because it's small little steps. So when you break down that goal into smaller goals, you'll have a checklist, like I said, to follow so that you can keep track and stay on track. So number 2 is to make your resolutions manageable. They should not be a fantasy. If you've never lifted weights before, saying that you're going to go to the gym 7 days a week and lift weights is not going to happen. You're going to set yourself up for failure. So you cannot just upend your lifetime of habits overnight. It doesn't happen that way. And part of that is physiological. Your brain just likes comfortable old habits over new different ones. It's just the way that it is. So in order to meet your goal of, you know, your lofty goal that you have to make small changes gradually. So that goes back to like point number 1, you have to write it down and measure it. You know, you're not just gonna cut everything out all at once because you will set yourself up for failure. So, you know, for instance, if you have a goal of either, you know, running your first 5K, or maybe you have a very lofty goal of running your first half marathon, you're not just going to go start running. You have to work your way up to it. You know, I've talked a lot about Couch to 5K programs, and they're like really good, especially if you're like getting ready to run your first 5K. They ease you into running. I hated running. It's still not my favorite thing, but a few years ago, my husband went away for training and he left me a 3-month running plan. And I started out where I just would like walk for 2 minutes and I'd run for a minute. Walk for 2 minutes, run for a minute. By the time I think I was about halfway through his training, which was 3 months long, I was running on the treadmill 55 minutes nonstop. Okay, so you have to build your way up to it. If you try to run 55 minutes all at once, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I don't want you guys to do that. I want you to stick to your New Year's resolutions. So number 3 is break up your goal. You know, if you are wanting to do 10,000 push-ups in the year, you know, let's take that for example. That can be pretty intimidating. Even doing, you know, saying, I'm going to do 192 push-ups every week. That is still daunting. But if you say, I'm going to do, you know, 28 per day, that breaks it down. It's the same with like running. You know, like I said before, if you are wanting to run a 5K, you're not just going to go out and run a 5K. You have to train for it. And the way that you train for it is by training your body, but you don't just go full force. You have to ease into it. So a run-walk method. And that's what the Couch to 5K program does. It does a run-walk method until you get to where you can run a 5K. But if you have a goal that's like far into the future or way out of your comfort zone to even start, you want to break it down into achievable steps. And that's with anything, no matter what it is. Running seems to be kind of the easiest thing to show you how to break that down. But give yourself small resolutions throughout the year. Like I said, when you break it down into smaller goals, you are more likely not only to stick with what you're doing, but you are more likely to achieve that goal. So, you know, if you want to, you know, add 80 pounds to your bench press, let's say, add 6 pounds per month and work your way up. You have to work your way up to achieve those goals. They don't just happen like that. If they did, everybody would be doing it. So my 4th and final tip this week is to treat yourself. So when you've hit those hard-earned goals and benchmarks that you've set for yourself, like, you know, maybe it's a perfect pull-up. Maybe it's holding a plank for 2 minutes or 1 minute. Or you were able to run for a full 30 minutes without stopping. Treat yourself. That doesn't mean go out and like undo all of your hard work. That means, you know, maybe it's a weekend getaway. Maybe that's, you know, once you've lost your 50 pounds, you do a weekend getaway for, you know, the whole thing. But, you know, a beach day, a mani-pedi, a massage, you know, new fitness wear. You know, when you start feeling really good, you want those cute workout clothes. Because I guarantee you, when you have cute workout clothes on, I know for me, when I have one of my cute outfits on, I stand a little taller, I punch a little harder, I'm more confident when I'm working out, and I burn more calories. I don't know what it is. It's kind of crazy. But really, you want to divide your goals into small goals and treat yourself along with those benchmarks. It will help you reach milestones, and you won't get discouraged because you're setting small, attainable goals. You're not just saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Because that's going to seem so far off that you're not going to want to do it. You're just not. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to find yourself getting disappointed. You're going to feel discouraged. So break it down. I'm going to lose 5 pounds over the next 6 weeks. And by summer, you'll have lost your 50 pounds. I mean, it's that simple, guys. You can do it. You can stick to those resolutions, but you have to be smart about it. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you haven't, subscribe to my channel for more tips like this and other things to come. So I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. It's supposed to be rainy here and our temperatures are supposed to drop. It's like 70 right now, and I think we're going to be at like 40 next week. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching, taking the time out of your day to spend it with me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.